Okay, how did you get the name Goo Goo Dolls?
Bought it.
You bought it?
Yeah.
How much was it?
Cheap. No one else wanted it.
I had heard that like you were first had the name Sex Maggots.
Yeah.
And that someone forced you to change that name to get a show or something.
It's tough to get a gig when you're called Sex Maggot. You know, especially in a town that you know, Buffalo, that has no real clubs that'll hire a band like that. We played the Continental, but that was about it.
Yeah, why do you play the Continental so much? It's like always over 21s though. I can't.
Because it's the only place in town to play. I mean, we were probably the only band in town that actually like took the time to rent out halls and stuff and do big shows, you know, and bring other bands in from out of town and stuff, you know. But it's really the only place to play, you know. All the cock rock bars in town wouldn't hire us, you know, and they were the only ones who would do 18 and over. So.
Yeah, I've seen you a bunch of times at the Sky Room.
Yeah, Sky Room. That's
the first show I ever went to is when I got this shirt. Is when you played at the Orchard Park Fire Hall.
Oh, yeah,
the ambulance came.
Yeah,
and
I remember that. Some girl got
broken
run
neck
over
or something.
Yeah, it was nuts. No, actually nothing happened.
Really?
We made sure. We called her the next day.
Everyone stored in the stage at the end.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? It was like chaos. It was like so tame.
That was like the first show I
then.
ever went to. I mean, I went to that show wearing Eastland Bluchers. I was like, just getting into this shit then. I was such a dork by then, but that was the late 80s, so.
Joined the team. Those late 80s things were different then.
How'd you end up touring with Soul Asylum?
I'm sure we paid somebody off. I don't know. You know, a lot of phone calls. It was hard. We were trying to say who would we tour with, you know. I mean, I don't know.
Why didn't you decide to go out on your own or something?
Well, because I could tell you a lot of business reasons why you probably don't want to hear, you know, but I'll tell you, you know, it's like because we've been touring for 7 years and we've circled the country for 7 years playing to the same people, you know, and it was like we played on the Replacements tour. We sold more records in a month than we sold in the entire existence of Hold Me Up. So we said, well, we might as well find a band that's compatible with us we could open for.
If y'all were on the tour yourself, what band would you like to open up for yourselves? What band?
Well, the band that is opening up for us on our next tour actually is called the Muffs. Remember the Pandoras?
Yeah.
Well, they're opening up for us on our tour, which starts in April.
Do you think you're gonna be playing like Cat's Cradle maybe, or?
Maybe. Who knows? It's gonna be one of those things, you know. We'll have to see where it goes. It all kind of depends on how this. I mean, like we got added to MTV just like a couple of days ago, so I mean it worked real well for these guys, right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing 2,000 seat halls. You know, we just got added today, so we'll have to see what happens. We may not have to play the Cat's Cradle, right?
Right.
Maybe play someplace bigger with an open floor, but an open floor at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did Johnny get that like Bon Jovi haircut? He looks just like Bon Jovi.
I don't know. John always has to look like somebody. He's looked like the singer in Gene Loves Jezebel.
Oh yeah.
And I look like Kevin Kinney. Next question.
Okay. You've produced some albums by like some Buffalo bands like Manic Depression and Tugboat Annie.
Yeah.
How'd you hooked up into doing that stuff?
I've always worked at the studios, always, since I've been about 17. So I record bands when I'm home. I haven't had much time to do it lately, unfortunately, but I'm really looking forward to doing more when I get home. And we take a little time off from this, which probably won't be for another year or so, but, you know, I mean, it's something I really like to do.
So you want to keep producing a lot more bands in the future?
I don't know. It
so?
Depends on who I hear, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not... Like in the past, I didn't have any money, so I would record polka bands and I would record country bands and hardcore bands and metal bands, and whoever needed me to be there, I would only produce things that I felt were worthy of me working with. But I would engineer just about anything. But I don't need to do that now, really. Not that I'm rich or anything, but you know, I mean, like my rent is guaranteed paid every month, so. You know, that's what I was recording bands for the most then. Tugboat Annie, though, just seems to be doing real well. I did a demo for a band called MILF, and
Yeah, I've heard of
They
them.
seem
Melvin?
MILF.
Oh,
They're a
MILF.
Buffalo band too.
and they seem to be getting some
Yeah, I remember seeing their tape at being one.
looks. Restless is looking to a couple other bands.
Is it Tubbo and Annie got signed, didn't they?
they
So did Monkey
got a
Wrench.
single deal actually. Monkey Wrench got signed. I co-produced their record. With,
When is that coming out?
That'll be out in a few weeks actually. I co-produced that with Armand, who did our last 2 records.
Why'd you decide to switch from Armand to the new producer?
Record company told us we couldn't use them. How's that?
Are there some disadvantages of being on a major label?
That was the only one. That was literally the only one. They're real conscientious of what we want. This is Warner Brothers I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
They're real conscientious of what we want. They're understanding of our situation, understand that we don't have any money, you know, and that we need money to exist as human beings aside from a band, you know, and I mean, I don't know, they must be working. You don't get MTV unless there's somebody fucking jacking somebody off somewhere in this world, you know.
120 minutes. Been spotted where your album. They've been advertising your album, like little.
Yeah, we went to number 10 actually
Yeah.
last week. Yeah, it's
Yeah, no, they actually
crazy,
had
isn't it?
commercials
Yeah.
for you
isn't that
too.
crazy?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the band I saw in the Orchard Park Fire Hall with like 50 people.
But it's good.
It's kind of stupid.
This is the band that goes, what's a Goo Goo Doll? What's a Go-Go Doll?
Yeah. My uncle always said, my uncle gets our band mixed up, and he thinks our name is the Go Go Girls. And I said, well, that's okay, you know, in case my aunt ever catches them in like a strip bar, he can just say, I thought Robbie's band was playing. Sorry about that.
Was it such a long time after Hold Me Up came out before you released Superstar Car Wash?
$6,000 worth of lawyers and straightening out stuff that we signed back when, like, you know, what we cared about was punk rock, you know.
It was like 2.5 years, like after a year, like Hold Me Up came out like when I was in like October, 12th
87,
grade.
I believe it came out, or no, it came out in like 90.
It was 90.
90,
90
yeah.
was like October when I was in 12th grade, and I was like, a year after that, I was like, damn, a Goo Goo Dolls record should be coming out soon.
Yeah,
Wait
well,
another year. Damn, there's still a new
we
record
had
out.
actually recorded a record that was supposed to come out. It was an EP, a song with Lance. It was a song with Lance. It was 3 songs from I think it was 3 songs from our first record. No, actually, I got that all wrong. We did 2. We've done 2 EPs that have never come out. We did one between Jed and Hold Me Up.
Yeah, I'd heard about it.
And
like
that
one.
was 3 songs from our first album, re-recorded. A song with Lance and Out of the Red, which ended up coming out on Hold Me Up.
Yeah.
And then we did another EP at a friend's house, actually, at a 24-track studio in his house. And we went in and we recorded, I think about 4 songs. And we ended up just scrapping it and not using it because it took so long for us to get to that point to where we had done all that it was too late and we didn't want to release an EP. And then all the bullshit came down. See, we would sign anything in the early days. You know, if someone were to
Just,
give me
like, happy to get
$1,000,
signed.
I would just sign a piece of paper for $1,000. I didn't even care what it said.
Yeah.
You know, because I just, you know, I mean, I was, you know, we're a punk rock band. You know, we didn't care. You know, but it's like, you know, you get it taken advantage of by the business for so long. You start to get a little cautious of what you're signing. You know. Now it goes through 20, 30 people and 20, 30 lawyers and work everything out.
How'd you get hooked up doing that Freddy's Dead soundtrack?
I don't know, but I learned a lot from it. I'll leave it at that, but I learned a lot from it.
You mentioned Lance Diamond earlier. Is he going to be on any of the remaining of this tour? Is he going to be?
We're actually, it's coincidental that you should say that. We're recording a song for the new Red Hot and Blue record with him. He's going to sing it. You know, they're putting out a new Red Hot and Blue record with Dinosaur Jr., Nirvana, and all these different bands. And they asked us to do a song, and so we're going to do it with Lance. I think we're going to do Bitch by the Stones.
That'll be cool.
How come there weren't any songs on the new album with him on it?
This record, all of our records have always had 2 cover songs. They always had an instrumental, and 2 of the 3 had a song with Lance Diamond. And when we sat down to write this record, we had written a lot of songs, and we were like, let's just put out a Goo Goo Dolls record. No covers, no nothing, no nonsense. 14 songs, and we've gotten major amounts of criticism for it, to be honest with you, from lots of people. They're like, well, you know, we like those cover songs you do, you know, and we're like, yeah, that's cool. You know, we still do them. You know, we just didn't want to put them on this record, you know. We had actually a couple that we were going to do. We were going to do Next to You by the Police, and 8675309.
Yeah.
They were going to do that, and there were
Who
a couple.
sung that?
What's that?
Who sung that song?
Tommy
originally?
Two-Tone.
Yeah, Tommy Two-Tone.
And we had worked on a few covers that we were gonna do, but we had so many songs that I thought were like really, you know, that collectively we just thought were really good songs. They're like, fuck, there's no room for them, you know. And then the question is, you put 20 songs on your record, you know, and I ain't into that, you know.
Yeah.
14 songs is like way more than
max.
enough.
Yeah.
Maybe. Are you planning on like putting out a single for We Are the Normal? Like making
Yeah,
a
it
new
just
single?
came out actually. I don't know. There's a whole thing. There's a whole undercurrent going on that I don't understand right now about our band. It hasn't taken off yet. No one generally knows who we are, you know. But we've got some major league radio stations playing our stuff now, like DRE in New York and Philadelphia, The Loop in Chicago, and these are all like Led Zeppelin stations, you know. So it's like,
Jason read in the Gavin Report. What did you see in the Gavin Report? They're the album to watch. They said.
Yeah, and like the regular album charts that has like Def Leppard and
and me.
like I never thought I'd see the day.
And Kevin Kinney and Bon Jovi.
There's actually like a picture of you guys and the record to watch,
Oh, that's
Superstar
cool.
Garwa.
Oh, that's nice. Watch it then.
How did you end up becoming friends with Lance?
I lived in the same house as him, and he and I were pals.
Is he a lounge singer?
Yeah. He's a lounge singer. He does all sorts. We're doing a big show with him in Buffalo, actually. He's actually opening the show. The city of Buffalo just offered us like a stupid amount of money to play in the middle of downtown.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, like 8 o'clock on like a Thursday night.
Yeah.
You know, some huge fucking concert setup and stuff. So it's gonna be cool. And Lance is gonna play.
That's cool.
Probably come out and do all the songs that he's recorded with us and stuff. See, because we've recorded like about 4 more songs with Lance besides the ones that are on the records. We did.
You got that Friends for the Night benefit?
Yeah, right. With My Girl on the Other Side. Yeah.
Do You Believe?
Yeah. And then we, wow, man, you're the only fucking person I know who knows that. Even
Yeah,
people
I
in
went to a
Buffalo-
show. I
even
went to,
people in Buffalo
He's got
don't know.
3 Goo Goo Doll t-shirts.
You know how I got that?
1 Goo Goo Doll sweatshirt. You might get one this show.
We got cool shirts this show, man.
I went one of the times I saw you out the Sky Room when I was walking out.
Skyrim?
When I was walking out,
What's going on?
someone just like
This is our-
handed me that tape.
Oh, really?
I remember you. But I don't remember you from
Dimple
North
Rigger.
Carolina.
No, from Buffalo.
I went to Orchard Puke.
What time do doors open?
They just opened about 15 minutes ago. Do you want to go get something to eat?
I would love to get
He
something
was
to eat as
gonna
soon as we're
take
done
us-
with this.
We were trying to find everybody. I'm sorry, we're interrupting.
Oh,
you.
that's okay. That's all right.
So right when
That's what fast forwards for.
All right, why do y'all play barefoot?
Because I'm superstitious. And I've been doing it for years, and I don't know. I don't know why.
You ever get afraid of like stepping on glass or
I
something?
have.
Rowdy shows.
CBGBs.
Yeah.
You know? I wouldn't necessarily eat mashed potatoes off the floor there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, God.
When you first started out playing shows in Buffalo to like 50 people, did you ever imagine that a few years down the road you'd be on Warner Brothers Records and have videos on MTV?
Only because I already told me I would be. No, I wouldn't even know at all.
How did you get ripped off by Celluloid on your first album?
By not reading things I signed. They just never did anything. We never got an accounting. We never got anything. They put out a record, never heard from them again.
I don't hear much about Celluloid.
Well, they're
I'm
done
really
now.
familiar with
They
it.
went bankrupt. Otherwise, believe me, I would have fucking sued them. Sons of bitches, ripping off innocent little drunken kids.
Do you ever get tired of all the replacement comparisons?
Yeah. but whatever.
I used to.
mean, if the kettle's black, call it black. I mean, we listen to that band. Black girls listen to the Stones. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I love that band. I don't think that we're as close to them as everyone seems to believe.
Yeah,
but
no, just because you.
I mean, it's like people gotta make a reference to something else for people to understand what you like, and that's probably the best band for them to do it with. And okay, at least they don't say that we sound like I don't know, Material Issue.
Oh, God.
Stop that! Don't write that. You don't have to stop.
Oh,
Don't write that.
I'll just say it myself.
Yeah, okay, you
I'm
can
glad
say it
they don't
yourself.
sound
Jason
like
hates
Material.
Material.
Don't say it in this though, please. Okay.
Okay.
I can do bands. That bad karma.
Lollapalooza's in the making right now. They don't have enough people in it. If y'all got invited to play at Lollapalooza, how would y'all feel about that?
There's been talk.
Have you had anyone?
Yeah, we've gotten a few big things for the summer. And I don't know. It all depends.
Any festivals?
The problem is we had to borrow a lot of money to do this tour. It's like we're not making much money opening for these guys. Promoters are. I think we're probably. We're a pleasant addition to this tour, but I don't think that we're necessarily needed for them to sell out halls. So we're not making much money. So we've put ourselves in a big debt. So a lot of the choice of who we're going to open for is going to stem on whether or not we can break even on our tour or not. I mean, mind you, we have a bus and stuff now, which is about as opulent as we're going to get. I mean.
Learjets.
But we'll probably be out for 8 months this year, and you gotta be comfortable. Can't be sick.
Yeah.
How many times can the Bills go to the Super Bowl and lose?
I don't know.
Did you watch the whole Super Bowl?
I don't remember.
I think what made matters worse is that Bud Light lost.
No, what made matters worse is how much money George lost. He actually said that.
Like, I remember the last time I saw y'all was at the Skyrim the night before the Bills Giants Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win?
Skyrim's close,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the good places.
now.
Y'all played with Monkey Wrench, didn't you?
Yeah, we're playing with Monkey Wrench and Pond in Buffalo on the 24th of March.
Well, that's great. Not that I'll be able to see it, but
It's a cheap bus ride.
I was just up there a few weeks ago during spring break because my friends above state. But is the song 22 Seconds about people conceiving you as rock stars or putting you on some kind of pedestal or something?
No, actually, George sang that. Johnny wrote the words, or the few words that are in it. No, it's about John standing in the shower and having just talked to this girl that he was dating in California, and her saying how much she loved him, and him going, "Well, don't that suck? Here I am in Buffalo."
Yeah.
Is that the same girl that 2 Days in February is written about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the show on your? Is that the song on your bootleg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about y'all from Minneapolis from like 1991.
First
February
Avenue.
1991.
Or Uptown.
Uptown Bar.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Uptown. Ooh. It's probably pretty rough, ain't it? We're more one of those bands that you got to see at 120 decibels or it doesn't make sense.
I heard y'all played like a party, some wedding reception, like someone was like videotaping it and like got put on the ground, so all you can hear is you guys playing.
Who
It's just
told
like
you
a
about
picture.
that?
I know this. What's that restaurant, Old Barn, right next to Rich Stadium? Doesn't someone work there? Some name
Scott? Yeah.
I have a friend who knows him.
Oh yeah, that was bad. The guy had a 5-string bass, right? And we were hammered, right? And we walked up on the stage, and we said, "Can we play?" Because Lance was playing this guy's wedding, right? And we were all there. We're like, "Can we play?" He's like, "Yeah." So we go up and the guy didn't tell me it was a 5-string bass, and I didn't even notice, man. I'm just standing there. I'm like, 5-string basses are like Chinese, man. You know, it's like trying to speak Latin, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck, man? Oh yeah, it was wild. There was like a 60-person mosh pit at this wedding. It was insane. The bride was on top. Wow! Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Is the song "Out of Sight" getting back at all the people from like high school, like
Yeah.
would put you down and
Yeah,
stuff?
basically. That's what that whole record's about. You know, problems growing up.
You're out of mind.
Out of mind, man. I never see nobody from high school anymore.
Me neither. Except for like a couple
Don't
people
make
that
no
go to
sense, man. All I was doing was arguing with them all, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I moved away. When I graduated from high school, I moved away from... I grew up in Seneca, out in the suburbs, and finished high school and started going to college downtown, and I was meeting all these new people, and I was just, that's where I met Johnny and George, and I was just like, man, you people are lost. Just gone.
Is there a favorite place where y'all enjoy playing the most?
City?
Yeah.
I like Minneapolis a lot.
Minneapolis.
New York and LA are always weird. We draw a lot of people there, but New York and LA are always weird. You know where I like to play? Lawrence, Kansas. Because there's like this group of like 10 kids who are like just like freaked out about the band and like, you know, like
Really hyper.
yeah, and
energetic.
like really excited, you know, and like we play like and you know they're let's go. I like to play Lawrence, Kansas. Where else? That's all. I don't like to play in places else.
Have you traveled at all to Europe?
No.
Have y'all ever thought about traveling?
Yeah, every time we're supposed to, we end up canceling it because it's not economically feasible,
it's a
which
pretty
is
quarter.
becoming like a term that I hear really often these days.
Yeah.
Economically feasible.
And from what I've heard, record labels are in a lot of trouble.
Not Warner Brothers. They got Bugs Bunny, man.
What else could you
The
lose?
savior.
You can't lose.
He's a sly mofo.
Okay.
All right.
Wind up. You gotta wind up.
Uncle Ron, I think that's all the questions, but could you do like
there
a
we go.
station ID from
Yeah.
a radio show? That's
What is it? You got it written
Cipher.
down somewhere, actually.
Um,
This is Robby from the Goo Goo Dolls, and you're listening to Jason and Kat's cool punk alternative progressive type show, which doesn't include Vandergraaf Generator, does it?
no, I don't
No?
think so.
Okay, cool. It's on every Wednesday night from 9 till midnight, so listen to it on WESQ 90.9 FM, North Carolina.